that our so beyond just a
welcome is able to very much. It is from the being held, each and every one of them being held by a so what do we got? Where we are, my prisoners they used to line up here. And line up and the sheriff and the head of the prison and the head of the security as well will be in this room as well. And water space the prisoners and handed white wood. I'm a white wood. This is the Gabile, the Baba Kavarangayo. So what they used to do, they would put it in like this, then by Bulela. And then from there, from about by Bulela, then they begin to move Baba Fage straight to the hangman. La Ali Yako. Pulama cell on this side will be the cells where they will be waiting. But after the cells, when they come in, this is how they would parade, as you see on the back here. And then from there, as you can see, the goodness car, everything was done on time. There was no one getting to pay. From 6:55, that's where the offenders would come and line up. And then from there, Mighty 1 minute to 7, Uzukulu Sheriff Nola Toshan. So they no much. And then the couple is so one by one, the offender being held together with the water or pending a son. So we may come in on this side. Thank you very much once more. This is the place where a lot happened. This is the place where lives ended here. This is the place where, Yaga Solomon Kalushi Mahlangu ended here. As you can see around the walls, you will see different names and the ages of the people that were hanging in this place. I'm going to start by saying, if you can see these ropes here, the ropes are the ones who were used to hang. On this rope, before they could be hanged, there is a measuring tape that I'm going to ask from the cupboard. Thank you very much. As you can see, the sizes are not the same of these ropes. Now, what used to happen, for those who are here for the first time, especially, this is the measuring tape that was used by them. The measuring tape would be used to measure the size and the height of an individual. And then if you are short, they will use the shorter one that is a little bit longer. And then if you are tall, they will use, like my brother here, they will use the rope according to the size of an individual that was standing there. And then each and every day, only 7 people could be hanged on a day. Now, as you can see this boat is where they would come and stand here next to the rope. And as they're standing next to the rope, there will be a water behind that particular person who's to be hanged. And they would go 7 once in a day. Now the boat that I'm standing in here, by the way, if you look here, and this rope, there is a smaller hard lever that is behind this. This is the one, every time when they hang a person, will be the one that will knock at the bell. You know, Lavas Yogote, there is a normal, the size of the knife that you have. It doesn't matter. What matters more is where you use it. So Nalentambule, it was not much about this, but it was about this no behind that they always depended on in order to make sure Ugote move. And then when the time comes, Wada, they would move away from the offenders, and then from there, what will happen? There is a lever here. This is the lever that was used. And this lever would be pulled. Once it pulled forward, what used to happen is that this boat will open up. And as soon as it opens up, and all the bodies will fall and the weight will go down, and then from there, that is where the hanging begins. And then from there, a doctor would also come as well, and then to check one by one the pulses, whether there is still. He would move from the first pulse, from the first one, and if the pulse was still, there was still the beating of the pulse, he would pass slowly, slowly, slowly. And I think maybe slowly in order to make sure that the one that was doing behind was dead. And the last thing that I did not mention, sorry, is that the cap that I was putting on my head, when you come inside here, you were closed with it. That's why I was still having it on my head. Thank you very much. And then immediately when this lever is open, all the bodies will begin to weigh, and they will be tested as to whether indeed they are all dead. And behind you there, at the corner there is a table with a telephone. The purpose was the telephone, only one person could call. If there's any call that comes in on that phone, was coming from the president, no any other person. Only the president would say, no, you can stop them. As we are going to move forward from here, I am told by the family that they requested that I should say this. This does not come from the Department of Correctional Services. This does not come. And I wanted to mention that as I'm sitting here, ladies and gentlemen, I have my principals that I think every matter should be reported to the principals. But what they're saying is that Solomon Kalushi Mahlangu did not die immediately when he was hanged. They are saying he was finished by a bullet. That is the truth that they think, or that they mentioned that it was not true. And all this family, with due respect, that will be to my seniors to deal with it. Mine is just to tell you the truth according to what I have. I hope it is accepted. In terms of, as we are talking, I think I made mention of the fact that everyone that was hanged, the 7 of them, the doctor would move and check each and every pulse from each and every individual, not specifically for Baba Kalushi Mahlangu, but for all of them, to check as to whether there was still the disability. But as the family is concerned about other things, I would like to apologize, and while they're still dealing it with my superiors, we will go down again so that we can also give others a chance. Thank you very much. We move.
This way. Okay. No.
They're honors. They're honors tonight.
Thank you very much. We will continue. Where we are, this is after the hanging has taken place. And as I showed you with the lever, that when the lever is pressed forward, it opens up that board or the steps where the doctors carry the weight of the bodies there. And immediately when that is lowered and open, the bodies, when they fall, as you can see, we have this that are here. The purpose of this was to make sure that as they were made full of sand inside, so that when that is open, as you can see, when the impact comes, there is no noise, and they hit at the sand so that there shouldn't be any noise. And the weight of the bodies will be here. And then what happened is that the lever that I showed you on that rope is the one that enters in the back of the head and makes sure that it kills whatever important part of the body in terms of breathing and the like. And then as the bodies are doing that, then the waters after the confirmation that they are all dead, then the waters should untie their bodies. And this is not a swimming pool, but it is a place that was used to wash the bodies inside here. There is a pipe there at the back at the corner that was used to make sure that there is water inside here, there where the bodies would be washed. And at my back here, we have this, what looks like a trolley. But this was used in order for the waters to climb on top of this to untie the bodies. This is what was used for. And on top of this, we have the stretcher. This is what was used to carry the bodies to the inside room there, where autopsy room that is where they would wash the bodies there before they were put into the coffins. Okay. So let me show you how this was working. It is not the issue. It looks like it's not just for fun, but it was. You check that side, Thank you very much. Now, as you can see, this is what they used to in order to untie the bodies there. After the confirmation that they did, then from there, the bodies would be washed here. You know, obviously, and understand how painful it is when the person is hanging. There's so much that is happening, and you understand. So there is blood, there is other, you know, that's when the bodies are washed here, and then from there the stretcher would be used. Can we just put it back? So thank you very much. I don't know if there's any question.
What about this?
What are these homes?
This?
Yeah.
Let me explain something. Thank you very much, Marina. What you see here and what you see, some of the majority of the ropes and the things that you see that we're showing you are the replicate of the originals. As you can see, there was a lot of renovation that was done here. Some of the things are not, sorry, they are not original. So this is the pool that was renovated. So obviously when they are busy there, so these are the things that were done with the workers.
But if it is a bullet wound, you must say so.
Come again.
If it is a bullet wound, if it is a bullet hole, you must say so.
Yeah. Yes. No, these are not bullet wounds. These are not bullet wounds. And even before, it was not the color of this. But Umanfuna, can I give it so that you are allowed to?
A former member, your correctional service. If school. Woman say college, bring the colleague young, if I got to David. What if it will work on a day so long executed? Let know you would be a sign of that secrecy, most of the call themselves. Finally, we say you would never wait to use another. What of David? We want to know much of so we have a guitar. On Frederick Capuleti. A second Capuleti. In Donji, as he called the theory, explaining his crew. What a native local Kumamana, Amatana Betu, boy was the Amana history now. Let the truth be told, put it on up, Bufang and Tampo. Mercilessly, we want to tell them police. That's what I have in information.
That is it. C'est I still stand on the fact that ukuthi le uba wakhulumayo ukuthi iqiniso or ngithi akusiqiniso le ngeke mina ngiyenze into engikhuluma ngayo baba ngiyabonga ukuthi there's other information which I believe that the relevant authorities will be able to deal with it, and it's my prayer as well ukuthi be able to do that. La, I still repeat, it's a replicate of the originals. In some ways, they are not the original ones that were used. But the purpose is for someone who was never been here, someone who doesn't have any knowledge and doesn't know what happened. This is what. So when we take people through, they must be able to see what was happening, to have an idea of what was happening. I hope hello.
Yeah, no. Ja, kijk, ja, waar ja, dat jou was.
I can't be reaching down there.
Oh, but I thought you would have had it.
We're just going to allow the family and the leadership to come. We're just asking members of the media to allow the family and the leadership of the ANC and the ministers, if the media can allow the space, just find the right position as the media to allow the family and the leadership of the ANC to follow the tour. I'm just going to ask all the participants to give space to the family and the leadership of the ANC so that they can't compete with the young people on the walking. So if we can allow them the space, the media, please don't clash in between the family and the leadership of the ANC. Okay, they're here, we can proceed now.
Thank you very much, my leader. This is the place. Like I said, after the bodies were removed and brought by the stretcher, they were brought inside here. And this is where they were washed and be put into the coffins. And before they were put into coffins, then we also have the refrigerators. That's where bodies were kept or corpses were kept. As we go out, we will show you those. But this is the places where the bodies were completely washed and be put into the for coffins for burial. Thank you very much. We may proceed. Like they said, the FMAD, and then from the leadership. Let me just remind you the most important words. The Kenyan Congress and Amakama important and I couldn't be over Solomon. And over the years, this is the medical voice, the students that were allowed to be here in the police. The message from that I want to you, and in there the request. Solomon wanted to be a teacher and was very conscious. Now in my old age, I miss him even more. These are the most important words from the mother to a son. As you pass as well, about the president and the Solomon now. Now, this is the outside part that was used. As you can see on the wall now, this is the hash where was used to put the bodies. In most cases, when we put out the specific so this is the final part where I said the graveyard. Mamelodi was chosen, and Rebecca was also chosen as a grave site where the funeral take place. Though Solomon Mahlangu was not taken to Mamelodi but to Atlanta. Thank you very much. And the last thing at the board behind you, you can see the names with the brighter side are the names of the political prisoners. It was different. Thank you very much. Thank you so very much.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. Because of time, we are going to proceed. The TG and the GSG, Comrade Lamola, the Minister Nyambos, the lead department. Where is? Because we're just going to do a formal media comms so that we can proceed. For the other group, Mama Action is leading the new group with Deputy Chairman of Gauteng, Banyaza, the RS of Tswane. They want to also proceed. That part I will hand over back to the DCS. But in the meantime, I just want to identify the leadership of ANC, DSG and TG, because they're good at it. Okay. Thank you very much. I'm going to hand back to you so that we proceed on that.
Thank you, Sabonga. Yeah, we can come in.
Where are we going now? We're down
Are they doing one media break here?
What do you want to do? Put the cameras there. Okay, that's fine. Maintain social distance. Maintain social distance. Social media also. Media must also do social distance.
Okay, guys. You can ask any question you want to ask.
You don't work like that.
Mchele, it's not a lot. Mchele. Tell him. Reminder.
Today.
Mama. It's forgotten.
Yeah, come this side. We just turn around this side and then they come. Yes.
Today is about Soli. And Soli.
And today is Solomon Mahlangu, nothing else. Hey, already. Okay. Finance space.
It's we too clustered. It's not
Can you try?
Yeah.
We need to maintain social distance.
Do this.
Yeah, but the media must also do social distance.
You guys must space out. Come on now, guys. Come on.
Colleagues, let's just agree. Today is about Solomon Mahlangu.
Social distance also.
We have got here officials of the African National Congress, the Treasurer General, Comrade Paul Mashatile, and the Deputy Secretary General, Comrade Jesse Duarte. Our deployees in government, the Minister of Arts and Culture, who is also an NEC member of the ANC, as well as Comrade Ronald Lamola, the Minister of Justice and Correctional Services, and the regional chairperson. Comrade Lamola is also an NEC member of the ANC, and the regional chairperson of the ANC in Tswane. So DSG and TG.
the minister.
The sports arts and
Nenkosi,
Nyambosi.
Yeah.
Guys, good morning, all of you. We are here together with the family of Comrade Solomon Kalushi Mahlangu. Every year on the 6th of April, we commemorate Solomon Mahlangu, and we remember many of those who were executed by the apartheid regime. Where we are is a place called CMAX. It's a maximum security prison. And where we just came from now, we walked the 52 steps. So the prisoners, when they go for execution, they will start from the chapel where we were and walk right up the 52 steps where they will get executed. By going in here is for us to remember that our freedom came at a very great cost. Sometimes it's easy to forget. So we must always remind ourselves by coming to places like this to see that indeed we went through a very painful period in our history where many lost their lives. And indeed, I may also say that many who were innocent were killed here. So we remember Comrade Soli and many others who suffered the same fate. We will later on go to Mamelodi, to the grave where Comrade Soli was buried, to finalize our program there. And as I said, the family is with us here, and Nondabe Zita is also with us. So it's not just us as leaders of the organization and ministers, but we are also with the family. And we will always remember Comrade Solomon Mahlangu and many who laid down their lives for our freedom. Thank you very much.
Not sure what to add, except to say that I think any person who advocates for the death penalty should spend just the time we spent here today to bring home the reality of the brutality of the state being a killer. But also to say a lot of people who were hanged on the principle of collective guilt. A subject in law that is still very, very obscure, this notion of collective guilt. And the non-subject and the inability to be subjective of a legal system that looked at everybody from the viewpoint of political eyes. And the age, if one looks at on the plots on the wall, the average age, the youngest I saw was 19, the eldest was 64, but the average age was between 22 and 28. If one looked at the plaques on the wall. And that is really the story about the death penalty is who will die. Young and black will die. And I think that the course that the South African government has taken for rehabilitation is the correct one, even though it is a difficult course to take because of the anger of our people. But remember, the apartheid regime did not only legally kill people, they also killed people illegally in many different ways. And as Comrade Paul says, lest we forget where we come from, this is a moment that reminds us so brutally of the time that we come from and why we can't take the freedoms that we have for granted. No matter how angry we are, how upset we are, the freedoms we have came at a huge price to families, like the Mahlangu family, the Shabangu family. I just saw on the name of somebody I actually knew, Benjamin Moloisi. His mother's name was Pauline Moloisi. She was a member of the Federation of Transvaal Women. and how we always tried to beg and plead for the lives of people. We never succeeded. There was always a no. Priscilla recounts the last moments she had with Kalushi, and how sad that was for her as a lawyer, to look into the eyes of a young person who knew there was nothing else was going to work and that he had to walk those 52 steps. So I think that's what this day is really about, is remembering where we come from and not taking it for granted. And for the ANC cadres out there, this is a time to strengthen our movement so that we remember what we are and who we are and who we represent, the poorest of the poor, people who really suffer and the people who really need transformation, economic upliftment, the reconstruction of our economy and the revival of our organization, and that's what we are determined to do. Thank you.
Thanks. Thank you very much. Thanks. We're proceeding to Mamelodi. We'll have another part of the program there.
Because I'm getting Mamelodi something.
There's a bag?
Yeah,
I suspect I got GST.
I'm not from You're asking. I think rather.
Okay,
sacrifices that the rights of my family made to this country, is saying that, you know, if those proponents of the death penalty should actually just come spend some time here to actually see what it's like to have the state actually killing people. They have just concluded the tour of the particular precinct here that's now been turned into a special heritage site of salt. And so from that perspective, and this is what's been happening right now, and certainly we are expecting then for more to take place in the second leg of this program. Absolutely, and I'm going to see if I can't just steal
I go to Solomon Kalushi Mahlangu. There are questions.
No, I'm gonna cut. Yes, I'm gonna cut the stream.
Okay, you see there?
Yes.
Okay, tell them to cut the stream online and then you cut it.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
And I think it was very irresponsible to go into the general negativity that is around we have no choice. We have a movement.
She said, can you cut the stream online? Can you cut the stream online?
See how the process is happening.